Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Porcelain Piggy and today we're talking Tamagotchi pics. So back in November, I went ahead and visited my friends at INS where they were having their Black Friday sale. It's honestly like a tradition for me this time. I try to make it out there throughout the year, but if I don't make it, I know for a fact I'm gonna go to their Black Friday sale. And that's when I spotted it. There was a Tamagotchi, but I've never seen this one. I was like, okay, I don't know anything about these lines of Tamagotchi, so I began to research. Once I got it home, I realized it has a camera, the little shell on the top kind of clicks down. It's so much bigger than the uni. It's pretty bulky, and when you squish it down, you get to see what the Tama looks like. Unfortunately, this Tama was dead. And with that, we decided that it was time to reset it. Once you press reset, you're gonna have the option of hitting either continue or reset all. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is that the buttons are touchscreen. I decided to continue because I really wanted to know what items the previous owner had, and like if they had some exclusive items that you couldn't get now because maybe there was something that they gave promotionally during the time that it was out. I didn't want to miss out. You're then asked to take a picture of yourself and pick your favorite food. I struggled using the touchscreen, guys. I don't know if it was my dry fingers or the low battery or just, trying to get used to the new setup of this one. It was so tricky. I didn't even know what I picked by the end. Do ask you 3 questions. Pretty much, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite tool, aka accessory? And what's your favorite color? And based on your answers, they mix the perfect Tamagotchi egg just for you. And once the little eggie is ready, it gets transported to its new home, which is inside of your Tamagotchi. And once the little one arrives, you just have to wait a little bit, just like in any other Tama, until it hatches. I felt like this one hatched a lot sooner than the one from the Tamagotchi uni. I felt it was like less than a minute. One of the things I like about this one is that you have the option to take photos in special moments of your Tamagotchi's growth and whether they're like meeting new other Tamas or just hatching out of the egg or growing up to the next level. You have that little camera icon on the bottom that allows you to take pictures during the special moments. It really does make you feel like a proud mom. I wanted to learn more about the previous owner, so I wanted to access the items. But again, just like that uni, when they're babies, you're kind of locked into a certain settings of items. And so you can only use the rattle when it's a baby. And you can only feed him a special baby food when they're tiny, so just milk and cookies. And you really have very little access. You cannot even access the restaurants and cook, but that makes sense because it's just a baby. I realized that the previous Tamagotchi owner's name was Lynn because that's what the Tama would call you when they needed you. I checked the stats to see if maybe there was more information and also to see how much money they had. They had about 1,300 and something, which wasn't too bad. I wanted to learn more about the previous owner by kind of looking around and also customizing it just a tad. I didn't want to get too attached with this specific Tama because I knew I was going to have to do a reset all if I didn't find any items or anything like that. So I was trying my best not to get attached, but it was so difficult because she's so cute. And it became even more difficult because since she's locked into baby mode, I have to raise her so I can know what items she has. And I'm trying not to bond because I bond really easily. And can you blame me? She's so cute. This is my first time experiencing the Tama Picks. I decided to toggle throughout the entire menu and it has so many options. It's a 2-page menu section, guys. Each option has so many subsections to it, so there's a lot to do. This is a tricky one to not have instruction manuals with, but honestly, it's an adventure. I feel like it gives me some of those Nintendo 64 vibes when you don't know what you're really getting into with your game and everything that happens is such a surprise that you enjoy it even more. One of the things that was a big learning curve for this one was the touch screen. I usually use my thumb when playing with my Tamas, but I noticed that it's more effective when you use your pointer because your thumb kind of touches the other buttons and then it makes weird selections. So sometimes it will either select the things you don't want or toggle you out of the things that you're actually looking for. So that was one of the biggest things, like learning curves for me. I also decided to look into the album. I did take some photos, but I also wanted to see if the previous owner had had different tamas and which other photos they had taken. Since I didn't put delete all, I should be able to see them all. There were very few photos in the album, and so I began to delete a few so maybe I can scroll through them sooner. I did see that they did get them to child mode in the past, so that gave me hope that maybe there'll be some new items or some items that I could use. The Tamapix also has the option for you to edit photos. So once you go ahead and choose edit it, you can put some filters on them. These are literally all the filters it has, but I think it's pretty cute. I can see myself editing photos here, like just to have that nostalgic look to them. You can also add stickers to them, and I wanted to see what the navigation would be like when adding those stickers. And it's practically once you pick the sticker, you just toggle between levels in which you can drop it off. And you can add multiple stickers to one photo, which is really cool. Once you're done editing and you do save it, you will end up with two photos, one the original without a single sticker, and then your edited one with the stickers and filters and everything you chose to put. And just like the uni, the little baby randomly gets sick. They do teach you on the side on how to take care of it. So it was just that sliding downward, and that's how you give them their medication. There are different ways that you can use the touch buttons to kind of interact with it. I was able to catch her to go to the potty, so I wanted to show you guys that because it's not very easy to catch him to go potty sometimes. I eventually got her to grow into child mode, and with that, I was like, okay, I gotta look into your item box. I gotta see what items we have. The building blocks come with the Tama as the very first item, so they didn't have anything new, and that was not looking good when it came to the other items. I went down to the furniture and accessories, which you couldn't access. I didn't know if it was because of the age or because there weren't any. But once I clicked on the core, this is pretty much like crafting for the Tama Uni. I looked into the core, and you get to choose which item you want to build. So this is pretty much a hack of getting free items. Not really a hack, but a nice version because it's really difficult to get money in any of the Tama games. Lynn apparently did have colors. You can get more colors by taking pictures of items around your home, and then whatever color the item is, that's the color you'll get in your palette. Then you're asked to paint it. Again, struggling with the touchscreen. I realized that I do better when I do it with my finger, with my pointer, rather than my thumb. I think the sensors read the pointer a little better than the wideness of a thumb. Once my furniture piece was complete, I wanted to go back to the menu to see if the reason why I couldn't click on furniture and accessories was because she didn't have any, or was it because I just didn't have access yet. I did like that it has like a little completion map because I love trying to get them all. It's kind of like, a sticker album. And unfortunately, that answered my biggest question, which was she didn't have anything. So it was time to do the reset all. I had to do it as soon as possible because I was getting too attached. One of the things I do with my Tamas is that I take each one and change their language. So I go ahead and navigate them in other languages that I speak, just because it keeps my brain engaged in other ways as well. So I started my journey. This Tama will be my forever Tama now. I will not allow it to, die on me. I'll try my best to raise it, and I'll give you a full review on how it's going, how it went, and what I've learned with the pigs. My new adventure starts today, and I'll let you know how it goes. So thanks again for watching and sticking around. Let me know if you have a pix yourself, and see you next time.